Welcome to the community of
engineers, the change agents in the society.
In continuation with the topic of pure bending, now we will solve few example problems. In example 1, we have a rectangular cross-section bar which is made up of steel. The yield strength of this bar is 250 megapascal. Once the steel bar is subjected to equal and opposite couples, we have to find the bending moment. Now to calculate this bending moment, we would be using the expression of flexural formula, that is sigma is equal to bending moment C upon I. Now rewriting this expression for the bending moment, so M is equal to I upon C sigma max. Now sigma max is, in this case, is the yield strength, that is 250 megapascal. Now we have to calculate the value of this moment of inertia I. For that we would be using expression, that is I is equal to 1 upon 12 BH cube. So 1 over 12 using value of B, that is 20 millimeter, and H, that is 60 millimeter cube. After solving this, we have the value of this I, that is 0.36 into 10 raised power minus 6 M4. Now using these values in the expression, that is M is equal to I upon C sigma max are allowable. So I, we have just calculated, that is 0.36 into 10 raised power minus 6 M4 upon the value of C, that is the maximum value from the neutral axis. So this is going to be 30 millimeter. Multiply with the yield strength, that is 250 megapascal. Now after solving this, we get the value of bending moment, that is 3 kilonewton meter. Now this is the answer. In example 2, we have a rectangular tube extruded from an aluminum alloy. For that, the yield strength, that is 275 megapascal, the ultimate tensile strength 415 megapascal, and Young's modulus 73 gigapascal. Now for this case, neglecting the fillet effect, we have to find the bending moment, for which the factor of safety is 3 and the radius of curvature. Now again, to calculate the bending moment, we are going to use the expression of the flexural formula, that is sigma allowable is equal to MC upon I. Now for sigma allowable, to calculate that, that is going to be sigma allowable is equal to ultimate tensile strength of the material upon the factor of safety. Now here the ultimate tensile strength, that is 415 megapascal, upon the factor of safety, that is 3. So after solving, the sigma allowable is going to be 138 megapascal. Now further, in this expression we have to calculate the moment of inertia I. So for that, the basic expression for the moment inertia, that is I is equal to 1 upon 12 b, that is width of the cross section, rectangular cross section, and the height h cube. Now in this case, since it is a tube, now we have to use the outer dimensions and then we have to subtract the inner dimensions, that is the hollow, so that we calculate the moment of inertia for the tube only. So 1 over 12, now b, that is width 80 millimeter, multiply with the height, that is 120 millimeter cube, minus the inner dimensions. Now this is the thickness, 6 millimeter on this side, 6 millimeter on this side, so subtracting 12 millimeter from 80, so we are left with 68 millimeter, multiply with, now again subtracting 12 millimeter from 120 millimeter, so this is 108 millimeter cube. Now after solving this, we have the value of I, that is 4.38 into 10 raised power 6 millimeter 4, or in meters I is going to be 4.38 to 10 raised power minus 6 meter 4. Now using these values in the flexural expression, that is sigma allowable is equal to mc upon I. To calculate bending moment, rewriting this expression, m is equal to I upon c, sigma allowable. So using value of I, that is we just calculated 4.38 into 10 raised power minus 6 m4 upon the c. So this is going to be the maximum distance from the neutral axis. So total height is that 120 millimeter, so half of that is going to be 60 millimeter. The value of c is 60 millimeter, multiply with allowable, that is 138 megapascal. So after solving this, we have the value of bending moment, that is 10.1 kilonewton meter. So we have calculated the first part, that is the bending moment value. Now for the radius of curvature, that is rho. We have to calculate the value of rho. So using bending equation, so 1 upon rho is equal to m ei. Now using the value of bending moment we have just calculated, that is 10.1 kilonewton meter upon Young's modulus, that is known value, that is 73 gigapascal, and the moment of inertia I, the value of that is 4.38 into 10 raised power minus 6 meter 4. Now again solving this for rho, that comes out to be 31.7 meter. So this is the second answer to this problem, the radius of curvature. In example 3 we have a part which is subjected to bending moment of 3 kilonewton meter. Dimensions of this part is as shown. Further, this is made up of cast iron which is having Young's modulus of 165 gigapascal, and we have to calculate the maximum tensile stress and maximum compressive stress because of this bending moment, and also the radius of curvature. To calculate the maximum tensile stress and compressive stress, we would be using the flexural formula, that is sigma is equal to mc upon I. To calculate this moment of inertia about neutral axis, we have to first calculate the centroid of the part. Now right outly we can see that this part is made up of two rectangular bars, rectangular bar 1 and rectangular bar 2, and we would be using the expression for centroid y bar is equal to summation of product of individual centroid of the rectangular bars into area and summation of area. Now to start with, we have to fix a reference line for the calculation of centroid. Now here x-axis is the reference line, and from this reference line the central and visual centroid of rectangular bar 1 is going to be 50 millimeter, and the centroid for rectangular bar 2 is going to be 20 millimeter. Now to calculate the overall centroid of the part, it would be better to make a plot. Now here we show that this is the area, that would be in millimeter square, then the centroid of individual bars, that would be in millimeter, and the product of individual bar with the area, that would be in millimeter square. Now for rectangular bar 1, so the width, that is 90 millimeter, multiply with height 20 millimeter, so area is 1800 millimeter square. Now the individual centroid of rectangular bar 1, that is going to be 50 millimeter, and the product 50 multiplied with this 1800 comes out 90 into 10 raised power 3 millimeter cube. This is cube. Now our second bar, the width, that is 30 millimeter, multiply with height 40 millimeter, that comes out 1200 millimeter square, and the centroid of this bar, that is of 20 millimeter, and the product 20 multiplied with this 1200, that comes out 24 into 10 raised power 3 millimeter cube. Now summation of area, that is going to be 3000 millimeter square, and summation of individual centroid into area, so that would be 114 into 10 raised power 3 millimeter cube. Now using these values in the expression, that is y is equal to summation of product of individual centroid into area upon summation of area, so that is 114 into 10 raised power 3 millimeter cube upon 3000 millimeter square. So the value of common centroid of the part, that would be 38 millimeter. Now to calculate the moment of inertia about neutral axis, we would be using expression, that is summation of I of individual part plus area multiplied with the distance from the centroid square, or we may write this as summation of 1 upon 12 bh cube plus ad square. Now to calculate that, I about neutral axis is equal to summation of 1 upon 12 bh cube plus area d square, so 1 over 12 for rectangular one, that is 90 b, the width is 90 millimeter, multiply height, that is 20 millimeter cube plus area, that would be 90 into 20, and the distance from centroid, that is 12 millimeter. Square plus 1 over 12 for second rectangular, width is 30 millimeter, height is 40 millimeter cube plus area, that would be 30 multiplied by 40 millimeter, and the distance from centroid is going to be 18 millimeter square from here to here. Now after solving this, the moment of inertia about neutral axis is going to be 868 into 10 raised power minus 9 meter 4. Now to calculate maximum tensile stress, sigma maximum for tensile is going to be mc upon I. No, the maximum tensile force is stress is going to occur at the top surface because the bending moment is towards the downward. So with this m, that is 3 kilonewton meter, that is given. C, from the center towards the top, the maximum distance, that is 22 millimeter upon the moment of inertia we have just calculated, that is 868 into 10 raised power minus 9 meter 4. So after solving this, the maximum tensile stress value, that is going to be 76 megapascal. Now for maximum compressive stress, sigma max compressive m c upon I. Now for compression, since the bending moment is downward, the compression would be at the lower surface. For maximum, we have to calculate at distance 38 millimeter. So m, that is given, bending moment 3 kilonewton meter, multiply with maximum distance, that is 38 millimeter, and the moment of inertia, that is 868 into 10 raised power minus 9 meter 4. After solving this, the maximum compressive stress, that is going to be minus 131 megapascal. Here max minus sign depicts that this is a compressive stress. Now for the calculation of radius of curvature, that is rho. So bending equation, that is we would be using as 1 upon rho is equal to m upon EI. Now E is the Young's modulus and I is the moment of inertia. So m, that is 3 kilonewton meter upon Young's modulus, that is 165 gigapascal, multiply with 868 into 10 raised power minus 9 meter 4. Now after solving this, the value of this radius of curvature, that is 47.7 meters. So with this we end our discussion here.